Hi, this is my first unboxing video I've ever done. So I've been waiting for almost exactly a year for this coffee machine to arrive. It's the Argos made by Odyssey Espresso. A year ago I had a Profitec Pro 400 and decided it wasn't quite for me. I much preferred my Pavoni, which I'll just drag into the picture. I much preferred the coffee that I got from my Pavoni to the actual taste of the coffee from the Profitec. I also didn't like the warm-up time, and I just missed the lever. So on the Profitec I tried putting the flow control on it, but it's not the same as a lever, and I always wanted a spring lever. And the other ones I could find, you know, the Londinium and the Profitec and a few others, all look like big things that would take a long time to heat up. So I went with this, the Argos, which is a brand new, recently designed machine that comes out of Denver, Colorado. Ross and his team came up with it, and now I'm ready to open. Okay, got list of contents, enjoy, okay. I'll take that suggestion, experience the Argos. All right, so what have we got? Okay, so on the first layer we have the lever, and you see the spring. This is what I was interested in, was a spring lever. I really like the idea of doing the steam at the same time as the coffee. Sometimes you like the direct lever and you would just like to, you know, control the whole thing. But other times you just want to get it done quickly, and that's where I think the spring will be good. And this Argos has a special design where you can put the lever this way, or you can kind of reorient it this way, and it changes from being a spring lever to being a direct lever. So it's got two fancy things. It's installed with the 8-bar spring, but I've also bought a 6-bar spring. So the spring goes from here right inside the cylinder. Mainly because on this machine, I don't think I ever go up to 9-bar or 8-bar, and I think the coffee tastes good. So I'll try it with 8-bar and see how hard it is to pull the lever. And if I feel like it's really hard, I'll change to the 6-bar. I also bought it with a pressure gauge. So this is the pressure gauge. I haven't bothered with the electronic Wi-Fi one. This is obviously another pressure pipe I could use. I've got a label. Some discount, probably doesn't apply. So that's the first layer. And the next layer is the actual machine. Oh, let's see if we can get him out. Okay, I'll put that down. Okay, so we have a 58mm portafilter. You can see the difference. I think Lance Hedrick has been doing videos suggesting that the smaller diameter portafilters might actually have better results, more forgiving results. But I can always get a step down portafilter basket if I really want to go back to smaller ones, but we'll see how we go. This is obviously 58mm more standard and more useful. Power cord with an Australian plug. Thank you for that detail. We got some grease and some O-rings. This is the boiler cap with a little pressure gauge on it. That's nice. Some more O-rings. We've got a little funnel. So the Argos is basically the same design as this old Pavoni, where you fill the boiler and that's all the water you have. Once the boiler is empty, you've got to depressurize it, fill it up again. This thing heats up in 5 minutes. This thing is also supposed to heat up in 5 minutes because it's actually a similar size boiler, similar size machine. So this is the funnel. This one doesn't need a funnel. It's got a nice big hole and it's got a nice sight glass, which the Argos doesn't have. So that might be one thing that I will be missing. Okay. What next? This is the drip tray. I've heard a bit of criticism about this being a bit flimsy. Yeah, I can see what they mean, but it's okay. Oh, we've got puck screens, nice. We've got a tamper, that looks pretty good. Nice, heavy, solid tamper. And this is the machine itself. Oh, right. And we have stickers, I guess. Okay. So, this is the Argos. So the real big difference between this and this, apart from the decades difference in when they were designed, is this one you can dial up the temperature you want on the side. This one you have to look at the group head gauge and try and guess what the temperature is inside. So that's the main difference that I see, apart from the spring and the 58mm portafilter. It also has a cold touch steam wand, which I quite like. This steam wand here from the Pavoni gets very hot. In fact, everything gets very hot on this machine. There's lots of ways of burning yourself. And one thing I really did like when I had the Profitec was the cold touch steam wand. It just means that milk doesn't stick on it, and you can actually grab it without burning yourself. Obviously when it's running, this bit's going to be hot, but maybe not too many other things are going to be hot. Okay, now the thing that I have to do is install this. So this obviously goes on here with some grease, and there are 4 screws to hold it down, and there should be a hex key underneath, which there is. Allen key, if I can get it out. Okay, so all I need is 4 screws to screw down here, and the pressure gauge goes on the side here, and 2 of the screws hold that down, so I'll need to keep track of that. I just need to find the screws. There they are. Okay. I did have a quick look at the instructions last night, and they said to grease them. So I will grease the screws before I put them in. Oh, it also said to grease the O-rings. I don't know about you, but I find the easiest way to put grease on is just to put it on your finger. Okay, that's one O-ring. Okay, obviously you don't want too much grease. I'll put some grease on these 4 bolts as well. So, there we have it, head to head. So, it is really quite small. It's noticeably heavier, but this has got water in it actually, so that's not fair. Yeah. Alright, I guess next thing will be to turn it on and give it a shot. I need to put some water in here, so we'll do that and then restart the video. Okay, we're back. I've filled up the boiler using the little funnel. It is really annoying not having a sight glass on it, but when I poured it, if you pour it straight through the middle, you can hear the sound of the water coming up, and as soon as it reaches the bottom of the funnel it makes a very different sound, so it's not too hard to work out when to stop, so that's okay. I'm happy with that. Let's have a look at our steam. So we've got plenty of steam, so that's good. The gauge on top is saying a bit over 1 bar. It was up to 2 bar before. So the little light here flashes green when it's getting up to temperature, and then green when it's ready to go. And oh, also the little grub screw that, the little blocky, what do you call it? Anyway, the bolt that was in here to block the steam, that port there, pressure gauge port, had to be moved into this position. So that was open. I didn't realise there was like a T-piece in there. So that would have been interesting, because as soon as I started doing the pressure, presumably espresso would have shot out there. Anyway, I caught that, so I'm happy with that. All right, so we put I put 18 grams in here. I've used the same grind I used for the La Pavoni. It goes on the other way, so that's something to get used to. Okay, doesn't seem to go all the way out in front, but looks pretty solid. Let's put my little weigh scale under here, because I can. Okay, zeroed it off. Alright, so now we've got to do this the opposite way to what I'm used to. So we'll push it down. I think you hold on to this while you push it down, and you should hear water come in. There it is. Oh, and I can see some pressure on the pressure gauge now. So we'll continue going all the way to the bottom. Oh, it is actually pre-infusing already and getting some drips. So we should let go and it should do the shot, which looks pretty fast. Okay, so we got a 32 gram shot. I was expecting a bit more. What am I doing wrong? Okay, maybe I didn't allow enough time for water to go in when it was filling the cylinder. And also it was coming out a little bit fast, not too bad, but a little bit fast. So we'll grind it a bit finer and have another go. We're ready for another shot now. This is ground finer this time. Let's see how we go. With the temperature control now, it's dropped the pressure down to about 0.8 bar, it looks like. So it constantly adjusts the pressure to give you the right temperature so that the shot will work out to be the right brew temperature. Okay. So that was about 27 seconds extraction time and about 35 grams. Still a bit less output than I was expecting, but anyway. All right. So the next part of the adventure is the steam. I'm going to turn it slightly towards myself, so I've got a hope of steaming. I've got some milk here. No idea how fast it is, but I'm guessing it's going to be fast. Oh, no, sorry. You got to press the button. When you press the button, it increases the pressure ready for steaming. And I'm not 100% sure what the lights do here. Oh, that gets hot on top. Oh, look at this. There's a warning that says, this gets hot, don't touch it. So, all around the sides is warm, but not too bad. On the top, looks like it's hot. So everything from there up is in the do not touch territory, and the steam wand itself is cool. So, yeah. All right, so now the pressure is going way up. So we're up to 2.5 bar now. So what I believe is while the shot's actually being extracted, while the spring's going up, I should be able to push the button and start heating up or building up pressure to the higher pressure amount. All right, so my light's on green again, saying I'm up to temperature, and the other light's on green saying this is the steam temperature we're talking about. So we'll purge. Oh, okay, we got lots of steam now. Lots of steam. And yeah, this is cold, so this is nice. I like that. Let's see how we go with steaming. It's all a bit different, but hopefully not too different. How am I going to do this? I'll go this way, I think. All right, that was fast. So milk doesn't look too bad for a first attempt. We'll see how it pours. Just go for a heart, nothing drastic. I mean, that's not bad for a first attempt. So yeah. Overall, at this stage, I'm pretty happy. Once I get used to it, I'll understand it a bit better. I don't know how to get it back to brew temperature. I guess I push the button again. and maybe release some steam. This has got so much steam compared to that La Pavoni. So now we're down to 1 bar on the gauge here. Okay. Puck looks pretty dry. Okay, so there we are. Well, it's been a very long wait. I almost never buy any coffee gear that's brand new because it's so expensive. This time I thought I would lash out because it just seemed like the perfect thing for me, and I'm pretty happy. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be making more videos in future as I discover new things about how it works. Okay, thanks for watching. Tell me what you think.